Welcome to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today is Friday, October 29th, 2021. It's the last day of the trading month. Oh, and Halloween's this weekend. How exciting is that? We're going to have to go, and we're going to go do some trick-or-treating. I'm actually thinking that I won't wear a jacket for Halloween, so people will think I'm in a costume. Whatever. All right, just a reminder, if you like the show, hit the share button, hit the like button. Do it right now. Hit that share button, hit that like button right now. You can also comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and I will see those comments, and I will comment on the comment. So make the comment so I can comment on the comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this coming Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. There you will learn about real estate investing and stock option trading from those who do it every day. And you'll get to meet me, and maybe you'll even see me in a really cool jacket. So on today's show, we're going to be discussing, of course, the market update, inflation, those crazy unions, how huge Microsoft has gotten. We're going to be talking about the fact that energy stocks are rocking, and the FDA approves killing your kids. Vaccines for kids. And then, of course, we'll be talking about the wrap-up. So, the Dow and the S&P, let's talk about that a little bit. So, first of all, how interesting is this? The Dow is actually up 89 points. I'm shocked it's up 89 points. It was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. But I got to tell you, it was a bit of a surprise. I truly expected the market to plunge on the news of both Apple and Amazon missing earnings. You know, of course, there is the end of the month madness that sometimes happens, and that could be the reason. You know, it's Friday, the end of the month, and many of the money managers are looking to make their bonuses today. And hey, you know, just so you know how it works, if they make you money, they make money, and that could be the reason. It just happens to be Friday. It's the last Friday of the month. So we'll see how it plays out in the next few days. It's really possible that Monday will be tough, but let's see. Let's see how it plays out. Again, the S&P was up 9 points. The NASDAQ was up 50 points. And yesterday, the NASDAQ, the futures were down 125 points. That surprises me. All right, let's talk a little bit about inflation. So annual inflation rose at its fastest pace in more than 30 years during September. This was a report by the Commerce Department, and the year-over-year inflation gain was 4.4%. That's the fastest pace since January 1991. Anybody remember January 1991? I do. It's pretty wild, right? So along the same data was the report of incomes actually dropping about 1%, instead of the 0.4% drop expected. Huh? Incomes dropped 1%? That makes absolutely no sense. How could there be a drop in income when some circulating posts of McDonald's are offering as high as $21 to flip hamburgers? Oh wait, that was income but not compensation. Hold on, in another report, compensation rose 4.6% compared to the 2.5% in September 2020, over a year ago. Income is down, but compensation is up. Huh. Oh yeah, now I get it. They're counting people who left their job and decided to not go back into the workforce because they didn't want to put up with the stupid mask mandates and the vaccine crap. And they retired. They figured, hey, we don't want to do this anymore. So this really isn't how they calculate. This is really how they calculate the average income. They added a bunch of zeros to bring down the average. Like, I'm always amazed by the trickery of a good statistician. But anyway, inflation is here, and for some of us, it's great. I just got off the phone with my appraiser who appraised one of my properties for much more than I expected. And what about rents? Yeah, they keep going up, up, up. I like inflation, especially when my home payment is lower than most people's rent for a small 2-bedroom apartment. I love it. It's awesome. So keep that inflation up. Let's go, Brandon. I love it, right? All right. I will admit, by the way, gas in my F-150 is pretty expensive right now, and the cost to fill a tank is about $100, but I can handle it with the increases in rents I'm collecting, so it's all good. Let's go, Brandon. Hey, maybe I'll even become one of the rich that AOC wants to tax. The unions absolutely make me nuts. Think about this. This is what's going on right now. 3 of the biggest labor groups, specifically the AFL-CIO, the Service Employees International Union, and the United Food and Commercial Workers International Union, told CNBC they asked the Biden administration to expand employee protections requiring employers to improve ventilation and enforce mask rules and social distancing. Don't they know this stupid scamdemic is over already? If I ever hated unions before, I certainly hate them more now. These morons are actually suggesting mandates and vaccine mandates for unionized workers. Stay away from me, you fearful kiss-ass union leaders. What do they think? If they go to the Supreme Leader brain-dead Biden and show him how much they appreciated him taking away personal freedom, they will be rewarded? Whatever happened to unions actually caring about their members? Oh, I know. Money. That's right. The concept of let's protect our workers by banding together and calling in sick to help get better wages or better working conditions is now replaced by the greedy union leaders who just want more money and power. Well, F you leaders, F you union leaders, and of course, let's go Brandon. Urgh. I think I've said that like 5 times a show now. Huh. Let's talk a little bit about Microsoft, because Microsoft has nothing to do with Brandon. It might be pretty good. So today, interestingly enough, Microsoft passed Apple in market cap, making it the world's most valuable publicly traded company. Look at this chart. This is amazing. Man, this was after Apple missed earnings expectations yesterday. And by the way, holy cow, Microsoft is back in the lead, and today it hit a new high of 330. That's an amazing chart. While Apple pulled back about 4 points after the disappointing earnings report. Look, if you looked at the report for Apple, they claimed the problem was the chip shortage, so the manufacturing of new products and iPhones was slowed down, and of course, therefore, the sales of those products were also slowed down. Microsoft certainly has played the political arena very well by not discussing privacy issues or censoring people like the other big tech companies. I wouldn't be surprised if this has something to do with it. You know, if you remember, Apple was the first company to reach $1 trillion, and then they quickly reached $2 trillion market cap. It became the world's most valuable publicly traded company when it surpassed state oil giant Saudi Aramco in market cap last year, and now Microsoft passed it. We want to take your bets? Who will be the first $3 trillion company? We're going to wait and see. By the way, real quick before the break, I was thinking about Facebook's new symbol Meta, and I realized that Jim Cramer had the acronym FANG to represent 3 of his favorite stocks, and he's going to need to rename it. Then I thought about the 4 stocks that I would put into an acronym, and they are, listen up guys, Meta, Apple, Google, and Amazon. I wonder what the acronym could be for Meta, Apple, Google, and Amazon. Hey, if you're watching this show, give me a suggestion on the comments for the acronym for Meta, Apple, Google, and Amazon. And I'll see you back in 2 minutes. I'm looking forward to seeing those acronyms.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from 2 Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. Hey, did you guys hit that share button? Hit that share button. Share me with your friends. Let everybody get excited and watch this. Hit the like button. Let me know you're enjoying the show. And of course, you can leave comments and I will try to respond to them. And by the way, I wanted to thank you all for the suggestions on the acronym for Meta, Apple, Google, and Amazon. Who would have thought the acronym for the most socialist companies in the world would be MAGA? All right, so far we've been discussing the market update. We've been discussing how the Dow Jones is up about 90 points. The S&P is up about 9 points. The NASDAQ, again, is up about 50 points. We talked about this crazy inflation and how, sure enough, what do you think? Inflation's going up and salaries are going up, but a lot of people are quitting their jobs. We talked about the crazy unions, and we talked about, hey, Microsoft being huge, and we talked about the new acronym MAGA, which will represent my favorite stocks. So soon we're going to be talking about some energy stocks. We're going to be talking about the FDA approving the vaccine to kill your children, for your children, and then of course the wrap up. So if you thought President Braindead wasn't good for big business, you haven't seen the prices and profits of big oil companies. Have you seen oil and gas prices rise every day as the supreme leaders shut down oil productions in the U.S.? The companies benefiting from this are all the energy supply companies. When prices go up, the margins of oil and energy stocks also rise, right? So one ETF in the energy sector, which has a symbol of XLE, check this out. You're gonna wait till you see this chart. XLE has grown almost 20% in the past month. Look, this is a great energy play, and my guess is, look, as long as this administration is in the White House, White House? Wait a minute, hey Pedro, are we still allowed to say White House? I don't know, maybe we should name it the Big House. Oh wait, the Big House, well that actually refers to, wait a minute, that actually works really well. Anyway, as long as this administration remains in the Big House, energy prices will keep climbing and the energy sector will keep moving up. Last year, one of my biggest losses, believe it or not, was an oil ETF called OILU, O-I-L-U, which, by the way, is gone. It would have been an awesome play if they would have just held on a little bit. Unfortunately, the fund went bankrupt. I lost everything in the play. It's actually the first time it's ever happened to me, but I really thought that it was going to happen. It was going to be a good play. All right, so let's talk about the FDA vaccine for kids. All right, you ready? You can now poison your kids with an experimental drug that they really don't need. That's right, the FDA, the fraudulent Democrat ass kissers, have approved the unnecessary vaccine for your kids with the mortality rate which would be less likely than if you were winning $100 million in the lottery. So in other words, you have more odds of winning $100 million in the lottery than your kids dying from the virus. Anyway, the fraudulent Democrat ass kissers have now made it apparent that you will be forced to give your kids this useless and possibly harmful vaccine. Wait, what are you doing in here? Hey, get out of here. Go. What do you want? Go away. Hey, stop it. Leave me alone. Investor schooling needs a new slogan.
Investor schooling? Never heard of.
Investor schooling?
Never heard of them.
Investor schooling? Never heard of them.
Any suggestions? Phil?
Investor schooling. We never heard of you either.
Investor Schooling. We never heard of you either. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
Investor schooling. Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling? Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling?
Those guys are everywhere.
Investor Schooling. Those guys are everywhere. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse. So far, we have been discussing how important it is for you to have your child vaccinated. I enjoyed the 1 minute of education camp with the electrodes hooked up to my brain. The FDA is good. President Biden is good. Brandon is a race car driver. Nancy Pelosi is my hero. Ah! Let me out of here! Ah! 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 far, we've been discussing the market update. We've been talking about how the Dow Jones is up 89 points. The S&P is up 9 points, and the NASDAQ is up 50 points. We've been talking about inflation. Of course, that's pretty obvious what's going on, right? We've been talking about those crazy unions. We've been talking about Microsoft growing and growing. It's an awesome company. We've been talking about the energy stocks and how they rock, and that the FDA approved the vaccine for your children. Go get them vaccinated. Stop that! Coming up, we're going to be talking about the wrap-up show, and I want to make sure you guys have hit the share button. Did you guys hit the share button yet? Come on, share this with your friends. They all would have got a big laugh at that, wouldn't they? All right, hit the like button. Let me know you enjoy the show. Leave comments on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and, of course, on LinkedIn. And let's talk a little bit about some notable earnings. So today, ExxonMobil and Chevron both beat earnings, and as we discussed the reasons why earlier, simply when oil prices go up, big oil makes lots of money. So get into it, man. Go get some oil stocks. We talked about Meta, Facebook, Meta, whatever it is today. It was up again today on the name change as the investors are looking forward to Meta branching off in other directions to continue to control the world. Yes, that's what they're doing. I mean, create a new and exciting way to make your life better. Stop that! Oh, man. All right, let's talk a little bit about the crypto scene and what's going on. Bitcoin is at about 62,000, and Ethereum is moving up slowly and just broke a record, actually. It's actually up about, where is it now? 4,400. So it actually broke a record. It's pretty wild, right? And of course, my two favorite stocks, my two favorite cryptos, Doge and Shiba, are at 66 millionth of a cent and 29 cents respectively. I tell you what, that Shiba, man, I'm pretty exciting. I'm wondering if I made a mistake selling half my Shiba yesterday. Well, we're going to see. I'm going to be going back in if it drops below 50 millionth of a cent, and then I'm going to let it ride. All right. Once again, come on 1 cent. Come on 1 cent. Come on 1 cent. All right. If you've made some money with some of the tips discussed in this show, please leave comments. Let me know. It'll be awesome. I'd like to know if you did that. Did you hit the share button yet? Come on now. Did you hit the like button yet? Hit the share, hit the like, make it happen so other people can get this gold. I want to thank you again for watching Money Chat Now. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. FDA is great. Facebook is... stop it! All right, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show is solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. At least not for this time. They told me it's okay. Anyway, thank you for watching Money Chat Now. We look forward to your continued support. Have a great weekend, and we will see you here on Monday and every day at 4:03.